I never grinded Overwatch 1. I played it super casually. I think the most I ever played was that season where you could pick all the same characters. So me and the boys would just pick 5 Winstons and just run at people, and it was the most fun we've ever had. But eventually we fell off the train and we went back to our respective games, whether that be League of Legends, Call of Duty, whatever the boys were playing. We just went back to whatever that was. It didn't hold our attention very well. And now that Overwatch 2 has come out all these years later, I think I'm somebody who's Blizzard's like target audience, somebody who had some experience with the game in the past, and they're trying to reel me back in. And I'm definitely not alone in that demographic. I feel like there's a lot of people in my same position. So today, I just want to share my experience with the game over the past few hours. A very raw and realistic retelling of what I've been experiencing so far. And I think through that, rather than like a super detailed review over all the stuff that you and I don't really understand, right? We played this game super casually a few years ago, maybe. You'll be able to determine whether Overwatch 2 is worth playing for you. Let's start with some of these casual game modes, because those first few clips you saw were from before I realized that they added FFA under unranked. So I was just going in the server browser and joining random FFA servers trying to practice. And I kept joining like weird RPG, like you earn gold and you buy abilities, and Junkrats running around at light speed, those kind of servers. You see them a lot in Source games, right? They have them in CSS and CSGO. They're RPG deathmatch servers. They're not really to practice. They're just to have some casual fun. So I kept joining those on accident. And then I joined like some weird RP server where they're just talking to each other. Fair enough, right? You can have your fun. But once I realized FFA was under unrated, things got a lot better. I was getting very frustrated joining all those servers and just nobody's doing anything. They're just like chilling. So FFA is really cool to have as a game mode. That probably sounds really stupid, but remember when Valorant came out and it didn't have deathmatch? That was pretty whack. So that's a big up for people who just want to get on and train their aim for a few hours. Maybe you don't want to play ranked. You don't want to talk to people. You just want to play some FFA. That's really cool. The casual game modes as well, like if you go into the arcade tab, are pretty fun. You know, they rotate every day. They change out. Elimination's really cool. It's kind of like search and destroy. There's one where the robot kind of pushes the payload or something like that, and you go back and forth. There's all kinds of fun stuff in there. So if Overwatch isn't really your main game and you just really like some of the characters, you like to mess around with it, it's a pretty good casual experience. I'm somebody who is not very casual in a lot of games. Most games that I play, I really grind out. But this one, for me so far, has been really fun to just get on, put a Twitch stream on the other monitor, and click some buttons, click some heads. The reason why I haven't really gone into any ranked games or even unranked games was the experiences that I had in the past in those game modes. And I know a lot of you are going to share this sentiment. But once you reach a certain rank, I think the highest I ever got was plat something, like mid-plat. The level of anxiety that you get when a diamond player is on your team and he locks DPS and starts spewing like just hateful garbage on the mic is so annoying. Like, I'm 24 years old, bro. I don't want to argue with other grown men on the internet because I'm picking Soldier 76 and trying to have a good time. And I'm self-aware enough to know if I'm playing badly, sure, I'll switch off. But if I'm not playing badly, I just don't want to argue with this fella about it. But that's not something Blizzard can really control, right? Like, it happens in every game that you're going to play, every team game that you play. That's why I put so much emphasis on like deathmatch and like games where I don't really need to talk to people all the time. Sure, sometimes I might load into a ranked game or a quick play match because I want to play the actual game, but other times I really just need those other game modes so that I can have a good time again. The solo queue experience is just something that I've done in so many different games now that I don't really care about it in Overwatch. If I really want to try super hard and have a good ranked experience, I just get on like Street Fighter, you know? If this is your first time on the channel, this is usually a Street Fighter channel. That's like my main game. I play fighting games. And I really like, well, 1v1 aspect. I like not having to argue with people. I like being in control of the situation a lot of the time. And so if I want that, I'll go there. Who knows, though? This might all change. Maybe I end up liking Overwatch so much and I start playing ranked and I have a good experience. But right now, I've had such a bad experience in the past that I don't really care for it so much. I just like playing Widowmaker, headshot lobbies, and FFA. As far as the way the game looks and the way that it runs, it's pretty identical to Overwatch 1. You know, a lot of the maps look the same, a lot of the textures, everything like that. Visually, the game looks the same. The menu is a little bit more sleek, I'll give it that. But if you're hoping to launch this game and it's going to be a completely different experience from Overwatch 1, you're going to be sorely mistaken. It's a better game, I think, from what I've played so far, the very little that I've played so far, so you can take that with a grain of salt. but it's more like Overwatch 1.5 to me. It's not really Overwatch 2. I'm sure if I played the competitive game modes, you know, balance-wise and things like that, it may feel like a new game. I don't really know how the balance was at the end of Overwatch 1 and how it compares to Overwatch 2. You can leave that in the comments if you're a real big Overwatch guy, you've been playing for many years. I'd like to know. But from a very casual perspective, from the perspective of somebody who is returning after multiple years of never touching the game, it doesn't feel too foreign to me, which in some ways is good. You know, you don't want to have I think your base audience, the loyal players who never stop playing Overwatch 1, open Overwatch 2 and feel like they know nothing. You know, it feels like you kind of would betray those people, the diehard fans, if that was the case. But I think they did a good job in adding some casual things that players returning and new players will really appreciate. The battle pass is cool too, right? That's one of those things that they add for people that are returning. I don't really know. I don't know if that character is locked in the battle pass anymore. I saw something about that when the game came out. I didn't really check her out. I don't play healers or support usually, so I didn't really care too much about her. But if that's true, if the character is locked behind the battle pass, I think that's pretty whack. The other thing about your like cosmetics and costumes and stuff like that, I might be ignorant for this, but when I opened the game and it opened all my crates, I don't think it told me what it gave me. It just keeps saying it's opening my crates, and I don't know, like, I don't know where the stuff is or what I got. I know I got some good stuff because I kept claiming the Twitch Prime stuff even though I wasn't playing the game, so I could eventually open it and open up my little gold crates, but it opened it for me, and I don't know what I got. If you're a console player going from, I don't know, Xbox or whatever, to the PC, and you have a bunch of crates you're afraid of losing, you have a bunch of cosmetics you're afraid of losing, they do have cross progression now. So you can merge your account and then you get all your crates from the console. It found the gamer tag that I had from, I don't know, like 5-6 years ago. I didn't even know existed anymore. And they merged it for me and I got 2 free crates. So that's pretty cool. I don't know how they found it. It's very creepy that I opened the game and they just had my gamer tag ready and asked me to merge it, but I'll take it, I guess. Listen, I know at the end of the day, the game is free to play, so you can download it at any time if you want to try it, but there's always an opportunity cost when it comes to that. There's always a time cost when it comes to installing a free-to-play game and giving it a shot. So I hope this 7-minute video gave you an idea of whether it's worth your time to really get invested in this game to any degree, whether it be casually, competitively, or whatever. Oh, it also cost your phone number, by the way. When I opened the game, it made me put in my phone number and like verify it. I don't know if they're still, I know they're trying to take that out. It might be gone already, but just be ready for that because my phone number is linked to like a Blizzard account I made 6 years ago, and I had to go through support and like disconnect it and stuff. Hopefully they took that out by the time you download it, but be prepared. But that's all I got for you. Hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped you make a decision, and if it did, please consider subscribing. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again very soon.